Good morning, brother. No news, I'm afraid.
I have a plan.
Do you now?
The Norns. You found them once. Could you do so again?
I could try, but I don't see how that would help.
They are the fates of these lands, are they not? I would know what they know.
You may not find them cooperative.
As long as I find them. Where do we search?
Midgard. But if Atreus is in Asgard, there's no getting him back without an army. We should be raising one.
Yes, nothing like a catastrophic war to improve the situation. The boy seems quite capable. Perhaps if you simply give him some time.
You are not free of blame here. You encouraged his foolishness. His confusion. I do not seek war. But if Odin has stolen my son, do not doubt the lengths I will go to.
Your nature has always been clear, Kratos. But you, Freya. War is a first resort. That's not the Freya I knew. I hope the Norns can give you the counsel you need. Perhaps mine is no longer of use here.
Tyr, stop. This is no time to divide ourselves further. Come, sit, please.
You have been quiet.
Frankly, I'm surprised you, of all people, would seek out fate. But your instincts haven't let us down so far. Let's find the Norns.
Who am I to offer him counsel? I only hoped to help the boy find his answers. And I failed. What's my role in all this now?
Tyr, you're...
Can this lock be opened without damaging the book? The elves in Freya's camp wish to read it.
Oh, a locked book, you say? How mysterious. And an elven lock. Intriguing. If your friends in Vanaheim want it, I'll get it open and pass it along with your regards. A lovely couple.
Hang on! I got something for you. Sindri!
Coming!
Before you go traipsing off into the dawn, I thought you'd like to have this back. Well, don't go getting too cheery about it. But you're welcome.
I've collected what we need to find the Norns. Shall we go?
Madam Ethos?
Neathog. I suspect we may have consequences to look forward to.
Squirrel.
Ah, Master Kratos, my apologies. Madame Neathog's disappearance weighs heavily on my mind.
She a friend of yours?
Less a friend than another longtime tenant of the tree. She was here even before I arrived, and that was ages ago. To even think something could keep her away from her babies. Terrible, just terrible.
We are certain Atreus could not still be in Midgard.
I was just there and found no trace. If Odin invited him, he must have provided a way.
No, that is not the only explanation. Tell me where we find these Norns.
I discovered some of their threads near the frozen lake. I stashed one for spellcrafting, but we may also use it to find them. Just remember, they really don't want to be found.
Well, at least things will be difficult for a change.
We should take your sled and head to the lake.
Midgard. How I've missed the freezing gusts and constant raider attacks.
Well, that's because they believe Kratos is responsible for Fimbulwinter, and that killing him will end it.
Where would they get an idea like that?
From me, of course.
Of course.
Quiet! She is a friend. Now.
Better they get this from you. Once the wolves have the scent of the Norns, we'll just need to follow their lead.
I will open the gate. Stop whining.
Their fur is matted. When did you last brush them?
They are wolves.
And matted fur leads to disease. Take care of them, and they'll take care of you.
Brother, what exactly do you intend to ask the Norns?
How I may find my son. Nothing more.
You don't imagine it's a chance to clear up all this mess about prophecy? Perhaps get a second opinion on your alleged demise.
You didn't tell me you had a death prophecy?
When Atreus and I reached Jotunheim, we found a hidden mural. The Giants, Faye herself, had foreseen our entire journey long ago. Who we would meet, who we would fight. All of it, as it happened.
But you aren't dead.
That image was from a time yet to come.
I see. You've never struck me as someone who fears death. That's not a problem, is it?
No. Death can have me when it earns me.
Then maybe it's not the future that bothers you. Faye sent you on your journey, and she made sure you'd see that image at the end of it. And you're still not sure why.
I wish to speak of this no further. Now that we are on the lake, how will we find the Norns?
Watch the wolves closely. See how their heads point the way?
Well, the Lake of Nine has certainly seen better days. Raiders have made themselves quite at home. Not sure I've been back to these parts since our great battle with Secron.
She speaks highly of that fight as well.
You know of that, but enough of that for now.
One more for the tree. I'm all for exploring the area, but to be clear, it's down there we'll find the Norns. What's that outpost? You won't believe it, Mimir. This crest belongs to Fjoturlund.
Fjoturlund, you say? Now that's where Secron was from.
Go!
Yet another sleeping beast. The handiwork of Alvi Stonefoot. It's about waking the trolls with a relic. Well, we already figured that out for ourselves, didn't we?
Nasty hit! You all right, brother?
No more trolls.
You've made sure of that.
So this outpost is what's left of Fjortulund. Sigrun spoke of growing up with these people before she joined the Valkyries. Enemy behind you!
Come on, brother! Arrows will help you! A musical instrument. From your homeland, isn't it? Can you play?
Yes.
Will you?
No.
Now, where have we seen an artifact like that before?
Tears Vault.
You know, brother, Sigrun told me her kingdom housed a great treasury filled with the spoils of her family's conquests. Perhaps this outpost holds some of that treasure.
Is that all she told you, Mimir?
Did she say where?
No, just that they kept it hidden.
Well done.
Perhaps those runes over there can shed some light. What? No, she never mentioned.
Is that a key?
Wonder what lock that key belongs to.
No lock. It is broken.
Not broken. It's just split in half. Perhaps we could find its partner.
They summon a white! Hurry! Another crane. Mimir, what did those runes say?
Sigrun. She loved another. A king named Helgi. Seems they were madly in love. But her parents wouldn't let them marry.
Oh, come, Mimir. You really didn't think you were her first love, did you?
Aye. Suppose I did.
Freya, you said you knew of our battle with Sigrun.
She told me all about it when she found me. She believed you could be an ally. Long before I believed it.
The Valkyrie Queen. An ally.
I'm the Valkyrie Queen, as Sigrun was stubbornly determined to remind me.
I should have guessed it was Sigrun helping you recover yourself. She's so loyal. Why? Clever. Raider, left leg! Fire from above! Suspect that's all of them.
These were Coal Raiders. Infamous for...
Eating wolves. Atreus and I rescued ours from such an encampment.
That was... kind of you. The Coal Raiders have been a blight on this land. The way they've abused its creatures. Perhaps we should do something about that.
Perhaps.
Up to you, brother. If the Norns know the future, no doubt they'll expect us to show up a bit.
Mimir, the way you still speak of Sigrun, it doesn't take a love goddess to see where you're coming from.
This thread of fate we are tracing.
It's not somebody's life, if that's what you mean. The Norns use it to mark their way when they're outside of the well.
The Norns live in a well.
No. The Well of Earth, their home, is hard to explain.
Not now.
If you're ready to find the Norns, let's get back to your sled. As I was saying, the Norns' home is called the Well of Earth. It's in no fixed place. Entrances come and go. A place wholly under their influence, where the intangible becomes tangible. Like being inside your own mind.
But if we go in together, are we in each other's minds? Not so sure I like the sound of that.
Mimir, have you encountered these Norns?
Not personally.
Hold! What is that?
It's part of Tyr's statue.
Defend the peace.
I remember the Jotnar crafting these bracers for Tyr's statue. They chose only their most talented and accomplished to do the job.
You have a good memory, Freya. Like Tyr, the Jotnar also believed the best offensive strategy is a good defense. So, this is how they chose to honor him.
The Giants were not wrong.
Now then, from what I do know of the North,
Enough. We will continue later.
never seen craftsmanship like this before. Can't imagine how old it is. Now then, from what I do know of the North, Freya's right, they have ways of discouraging visitation. Odin made his share of efforts. Wouldn't talk about what he found.
Hold. Let us search this area.
The Oarsmen. A monument to conquerors.
Made some lovely warships, though.
Look, there's some debris over there. I'm guessing from Tyr's core statue.
iron peace, not a golden war.
Tyr used to talk about how heavy the cost of war was compared to its bounties. He felt like it was his responsibility to avoid it.
Kind of still does, in fact.
Right flank! On your right!
Lad, showing them.
Mimir, look. Another Fjotalund marking.
Aye, this place must have been part of Sigrun's kingdom. A first outpost preceding further expansion.
All these bones.
This is a tomb.
Looks like there's a staircase on the other side. something you need to do before we find the Norns? Watch yourself. The Alpha! Come to it!
Sad to see Sigrun's homeland in such a terrible state.
You know, Mimir, if you want to take a tour of her kingdom, you might
So, she loved another before me. There are worse things to discover about someone you love.
Yes, there certainly are. There it is. The other staircase. Good! That's the way!
Oh, an artifact from the River Empire. Never been myself. I hear it's lovely. Maybe those runes can give us a bit of history about this place. It can't be.
It is.
Oh, Mimir. Look, the other half of the key.
I knew those key pieces would fit. Can't wait to see what lock it belongs to. More poetry. Delightful. King Helge massacred her family just because he couldn't have her. Only her brother, Prince Dogger, survived to kill the Mad King.
Sigrun and her brother had issues over that.
And all the time Sigrun and I spent with each other, we never mentioned anything about this.
Maybe she liked the way you saw her.
Was there more of Odin and the Norns?
No. Either he gave up, or he wanted to forget what he saw.
That must be Tyr's helmet from his statue.
Win minds, not wars.
Tyr understood the greatest fight of them all was the battle for people's hearts and minds. Too bad Tyr has no interest in doing either these days.
Kratos, a raider encampment.
Take care of them, brother. A nice knife. Shame it's rusted.
That is all of them. They still whine.
Poor things. They can smell more danger.
The wolves fear that which can no longer hurt them.
The horrors of our past can be inextricable from the present. You have to understand that.
What a beautiful dagger.
Impractical.
Ceremonial. There. You mind telling us what you experienced when you sought the Norns last time?
To be honest, the details are hazy. Like waking up from a dream. Mainly, I remember that nothing could be done to change my son.
Later, brother. Hostilities demand our You're on fire, Kratos! It will pass! That's what she was called. I'm trying to remember which god raised her dander up.
It does not matter.
Doesn't it?
If rage is all that remains, the reasons are irrelevant. So the Norns told you nothing could change Baldur's fate.
They did. Which only made me more determined to try.
And with that, I wonder if we shouldn't check back on the Raven Tree. Brother, what of your story? You faced the fates of your homeland, yeah? The legends I heard about the ghost of Sparta were surely exaggerated.
Exaggerated.
Oh, not in the brazen bloodshed righteous fury part. The part where it said you travelled back in time itself to win a battle once lost. It's strange credulity, obviously. I mean, a rumour about Thor knocking the world serpent back in history from Ragnarok is one thing.
Later, I would search this way.
What did you find?
A list of provisions needed to prepare a meal.
A recipe? Who left that way out here?
Let's take a look at the ingredients. Perhaps the recipe will lead us to them. Looks like initials. Do they match the ones in that recipe book you found?
Ah, I knew I recognized those initials. The Ballad of Yari and Somar.
I'm not familiar.
An old tale, but a good one nonetheless. The carving marks their passage through this realm. You could always try and find the others if you're curious. I just hope the Norns are somewhere indoors and warm. Safe to say, no, I have not missed Midgard in Fimbulwinter. Thank you.
We will see.
Behind you! Incoming!
Ah, Rosen! What now?
Enemies to your left! Behind you!
The way forward is magically sealed. Something in here is giving it power.
The hilt of a sword.
Brother, I know that sword hilt. Tread carefully. You of all people know how weapons can carry ghosts.
If it does not help us find the Norns, it can wait.
I feel a trace of their illusions here. I can try to dispel it. Oh, no. There's nothing here.
A false trail.
I'm afraid so. We'll have to see what else the wolves can find.
Typical Nornish mischief.
They know we're searching. I warned you they wouldn't make it easy.
And what's the hilt of a cursed king have to do with any of it?
Distraction? Coincidence? Who knows? I suppose they'd say we were fated to find it.
As I was saying, tales of time travel always strain credulity.
It is the truth. The threads of fate span all life and time. The Sisters of Fate abuse their power. When I challenged them, they threatened to undo my existence. So I killed them and turned their power on Zeus.
That's the most dangerous and irresponsible thing I've ever heard. These Norns have no such magic, nor does anyone in these realms that I've ever seen.
Aye, can you imagine? If it existed, Odin would have it. And if Odin had it, we'd be 5 shades more fucked than we are already.
Wait. The wolves are distracted.
Another Coal Raider camp. Kratos, we should do something about them.
You're on fire, Kratos! It will pass!
Enemies on the left!
Incoming fire!
On your right!
Now maybe the wolves will cease their whining. Accursed wolves.
I grow tired of your lack of empathy for your own wolves.
It's Demos, isn't it, brother?
I should not have told you of Demos.
You see yourself in these wolves, in their fear.
Let us keep moving.
So to be clear, finding the Norns is not about altering events, yeah?
I would not ask them to change the past, even if they could. I only want information.
And that's quite dangerous enough, in my experience.
Another gravestone. But this one's intact.
Aye, and with a keyhole tailor-made for the help we found. I was afraid of that.
Are we holding off looking for the Norns?
At your service. Have we more to talk about?
Come here. What did you mean when you said Freya was not exactly a guest of the Aesir?
Hold that thought. I think it's about to get violent. Frankie's a zealot.
For the king!
Felt that one, brother. What good's a shield if you're not gonna use it?